20 years in the making? 20 years in the making, and it finally fucking happened. We did not wait. We are minutes after the end of Elimination Chamber, and yes, we may be a minute down. Congratulations to Rob for not being here and for graduating college, but it fucking happened, y'all. John Cena turned heel. It's DC. It's heel. I almost called him Rob, even though we just said congrats to Rob. The TSK is a man down, but like we said, this was what a go home pay-per-view for WrestleMania. Overall, I thought the show was good. I thought both Elimination Chamber matches were awesome. I promise you, somebody has been trying to tell me about this Roxanne Perez girl for a long time, and I have not been listening. Because she put on a show. We got a couple of returns. But before we get into the obvious big thing and the whole rest of the thing, I have to actually, no, we are going to get right into the big thing. I have to ask some initial reactions to how the show ended. Dude, I think a good chunk of us were pretty sure that John was going to win it. I think that was a foregone conclusion. John's winning. But, with the big old butt right there, were we getting not only a heel turn, but this big of a heel turn? Because this, as you put on, I hate to interrupt you, but as Harold said perfectly before we hopped on, this was as NWO as 1997.
You know, I would agree fully. You know, honestly, I've been watching wrestling literally all my life.
Mm-hmm.
That because I was racking my brain thinking what comes close. You know, like what comes close to this level. All I got, Hogan.
And
like,
The Rock.
It's one of those things. We as fans have been clamoring for this for decades. And we all thought there's no way, like with all the Make-A-Wish stuff, we thought they won't do it.
No. We thought there's no you wouldn't turn him heel because John Cena, bad guy. Are you kidding me? Harold, give me something.
You know, like it was shocking. I never thought I would have seen it.
Never in a million.
As it was happening, I was like, what? Like, voice was in the higher octaves kind of thing, edge of my seat.
Oh, yeah.
Travis Scott smoking the sage in the corner. 6 palms, 7 Hail Marys, and 2 beatdowns later, Cody's busted open. It was just... I saw the blade in Cody's hand. I didn't care.
Nope. The suspense was there. The disbelief out the window. Sold, baby. Sold, hook, line, and sinker. I'm on that boat. You know what I'm saying? I was in it. I was a kid again. If there's an expression that nobody's used yet, and if I haven't, I'm going to use it right now. I felt like a kid again. We didn't know what was going to happen. The turn was to first off, I didn't think it was going to happen. I had an inkling it could happen, but I didn't think it would happen. When it did happen, it was like, oh, that's massive. But again, to the extent that it took it that much more. And again, 20 years in the making, John Cena's finally a heel. The Rock is as big a heel as he's ever been. This guy is, I don't think this is, and I don't want to be like above, because that was maybe a different type of heat, the Rocky die, but he was definitely on a way higher heel level right now than he ever was during the Nation Domination run, the corporate whatever. No, this fucking tops it. This tops it, hands fucking down. I cannot get too much more into it, because the more we get into it, the more we're just going to talk about the main event. So we got to talk about the rest of it. We go into the Women's Elimination Chamber. Only 4 matches on this. I guess it's still a Triple H special in a way. Take one away, because we did have that nice closing segment with, The Rock and Cody and the whole soul thing. I still have my indifferences about it. But the Women's Elimination Chamber, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Liv Morgan, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. Again, somebody's been telling me about Roxanne Perez, and I have been sleeping. That's my bad. So, before we get into any of it, It looks to be Naomi and Liv Morgan starting the match. Liv is just ready to go. Naomi's taking her sweet ass time with her entrance. And literally, you could have counted to 5. And that's when the bell rings, count to 5. Jade Cargill's music hits. She looks amazing. Just immediate, holy crap, you look, got in multiple ways. You look as in shape as ever. You look prime time, you look pissed off, and you look just good old-fashioned fine. Walks her way down to the ring, and Liv is just on freak out. You swear to God it was Rhea Ripley going after her, just the freak out that she was having.
Yeah.
She wanted no part of this whole thing, and she goes, I know it was you. Jade looks at in the one direction. I know it was you. Liv's like, oh shit, she caught me, and is like doing like the cowardly duck thing, and she fucking just beelines right by her and just obliterates Naomi, completely destroys the poor lass, just beats her, hill holler, just fucking all over the joint, leaves her for dead, takes off. Just OG status, just wow. Nobody knows what to do. They're all just standing there. So I want to say that the next person in was I forgot who came in right after. I think it was Roxanne. Yeah. So
and honestly, kudos to the camera guy. Like,
oh yeah.
Who like the looks that we got and the camera shots that we got on Bianca on her face, like their her thing, and then they transition over. Amazing.
Alexa had a shot too, I think.
Oh, yeah. They gave a little lecture. It was overall, everything about the overall production of this show, just top notch, top to bottom. The crowd. I always say you leave the States and you're going to get a top notch crowd. And Canada, as we say on Max Wrestling, is never, ever a bad crowd. Never.
And Toronto, too.
Oh, gotta love Toronto.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. So,
Site of WrestleMania 18, by the way.
Hey, there you go. A little history for the knowledge. Bayley was in there again. Her and Roxanne Perez was awesome. I'm going to continue to be the guy that's like, hey, did y'all hear about Roxanne Perez? And you're gonna get sick of me because I was that invested in just her in this whole match. I don't like. Again, Beer and I may be rivaling on the Max thing right now, but I swear to God, he's kicking himself. Like, I swear to God, I was telling him about Roxanne. I swear he was. And I'm sure all of y'all were. And I wasn't listening. And she put on a fucking performance. A good goddamn great performance. This young lady has got just... The sky's the limit. Sky is the limit.
I called it, I think, on the Rumble show that I think she's going to win the Women's Rumble next year.
Oh, please. You know what? Now I'm clamoring for that one. Sign me up.
And she's only 23.
And she's outstanding. She's outstanding. She, in no way was there ever a quote-unquote lost beat. If you really want to put terminology to it, there was no lost beat. There was no loss of momentum. This whole match flowed the entire time. Just consistently flowed. I loved it. There was utter brutality from pretty much everybody. I want to say it was Bayley was my pick to win it. I was just kind of hoping for a dark horse in this whole thing. I don't really know where the fuck I was getting at with it, but she was my kind of dark horse to win it all. And she was the first to be eliminated. So it shows you where I was that on my prediction level there. But, so she's the first one out. I want to say it was, Roxanne Perez was the second one out. Alexa Bliss looked dominant. She had moments where it looked like it was going to be, oh, well, Alexa Bliss is back, so she's going to have to win this. 5-time former world champion. Maybe she'd be heading for a 6th. She ends up getting eliminated. And then it's down to Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan. And at this point, I'm like, I guess we could go with Bianca. She's over as all hell. And at the same time, we have seen Liv and Rhea for a bazillion times. And it's overdone, and no thank you. As much as I'm sure it could slap for the obvious reasons. We've been there, we've done that, it's time for something new. And now to have something as interestingly dynamic as Bianca Belair versus either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky, depending on who wins on Monday,
Or triple threat.
I was just leading there, D, because the minds are connected right now because we're all thinking alike. Or we can end up with a beautiful triple threat.
I want it.
The second I saw the three of them, I was like, yep. Just have Bianca have her ruin it. Just for the sake of, I want this to be a three-way. Just cuz. Because in reality, and I think this is the way I'm thinking. If you make it a three-way, you give it the immediate ability of whoever wins is going to get over huge. Nobody, even if you lose, you're fine. Winning though, massive. This is a win-win. Win. It would be 3. Give me the thoughts. Was Bianca your guys' initial pick? Were you digging on somebody else?
I was digging on Roxanne.
Yeah, same here. Match overall, I really enjoyed. I will actually say it was probably my second favorite match of the night.
I will agree. Completely. All right. I will admit one thing that killed me is the fucking just the entrances. I swear to God, we spent about 7-8 minutes per on the entrances per elimination chamber match, and we'll get more into that when we get to the other one. I know why we did it. I know why this match is here. But again, I still have no idea why we fucking are doing this match. Trish Stratus and the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Finally, you're giving some spotlight to Candice LeRae. I'll take it. Even if it's next to Nia Jax, I'll take it. And for the love of God, Trish doesn't look like she's aged 5 years. I don't know what's in the water in Canada, but it's time that Californians become Canada. Because goodness gracious. What can I say? For the first time in a while, Nia didn't look like a massive monster. So I'll take it, I guess. She didn't beat the crap out of it.
You better not let Paul hear you say that.
Bro, did you not see her slam Trish's face into the turnbuckles?
I was trying to avoid that. Scratch it out of my mind. What I mean by that is she didn't completely dominate the entire fucking thing. It was
True.
a little...
Yeah, it was, there was a lot of brevity between tags, which is good for a tag match. Everybody got their shine. Yeah. Like you were saying, Candice got more than average time on a pay-per-view, I thought, which was pretty cool.
Massive. She needs it. I mean, for crying out loud, I think the biggest she ever got was outside of right this second in the NXT Women's title picture. That was it. I don't think she ever won NXT Women's Championship.
I think she won the tag titles in NXT. I think.
Hey. That's not helpful.
The lackey gimmick might just be her thing. You know, on her own, it doesn't seem like she's clicking with the audience, but you know, tethered onto somebody else, it could work.
Yeah. Anyway, decent overall match. Tiffany Stratton tags in, gets a hot tag, ends up hitting Nia Jax with the perfect moonsault ever, or prettiest moonsault ever, gets the win. I thought it was a tad abrupt, honestly. I was like, there's no way she's going to go on a tear, hit her move, and win. And she sure fucking did. So, it was fine. You know what I mean? It was fine. These commercials are ridiculously long. But, again, this is what they do. This is how they're going to cover their nut, especially on a thing like Peacock. There was like, they had, was it Andrew Pyong, whatever the hell the guy's name is. I don't know who the hell he is. Robbie Amell, I recognize him, but I don't know him. And then there was somebody else. I don't recognize them either. We got a video package for The Rock. We had another video package with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And then apparently this is where the Toronto Blue Jays play, and they only sat 38,000. And I swear they fit more in that stadium when the Blue Jays are playing. So I'm just being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of being assholes, Kevin Owens. Oh God, this gave me every last bit of the NXT vibes from back in. I was waiting for Samoa Joe to come out. Like that's the vibes I was getting from this one, because they took it. I don't want to say they took it to another level. I can't say it like that, because if you know the history of these two guys, you understand that there's really no ends to their length of which they go against each other. And this was, I want to say, as close as you can get without adding the craziness of ladders. You know what I mean? In reality senses, if this was AEW, they're both a bloody mess. The barbed wire chair is for real. Kevin Owens' shirt is ripped to shit. You know, there's a little bit more realism to it, but in the company they're in, for what they're allowed to do, for the limitations, if you will, that they're given, I fucking loved this. I fucking loved this. We saw a 5-star match on Dynamite on Wednesday, and this was about as close, in my opinion, as a 5 as you can get. But again, you kind of got to take a little bit away because of all the gimmicks, but it was on level. It was up there for me. You know what I mean? This was one of the good ones. This was one of their better overall WWE matches. I don't want to say overall matches because you gotta see some of the shit in Ring of Honor. But overall, WWE wise, this was up there.
Yeah, I started this match maybe first, I'd say 10 minutes, honestly. I felt the match was really slow. Kind of reminded me of the ladder match that Owens and Cody had just had, where I kind of felt it was a little underwhelming personally.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we're doing this again. Underwhelming. Mainly when they were fighting in the audience, I was a little underwhelmed with that. And then once they got into the ring and started setting up the tables and stuff, they hit this rhythm that was just, like you said, they were kind of reminiscent of their old school battles, but in a WWE way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put the limitations on.
I really started to enjoy it at that point. I still feel it went a tad long, but overall, like, amazing match, a great effort by both guys. It's what you want to see when you think of these two.
You brought up a great point that I didn't exactly touch on, but again, it went maybe 5 minutes too long, and I say that just because of the overall end beatdown and the shit that went down after the bell rang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you cut 5 minutes outside of that actual match, this thing would have been the fucking perfect segment. There is, you might as well have put the whole fucking thing on WrestleMania. It was that good. But yeah, maybe 5 minutes too long match wise. Talk to me, dude. Give me something.
Honestly, I could watch these guys have match after match after match after match, and it would still be fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm. No argument here.
You know, perfect scenario, next year, Mania 42, Kevin Owens goes in as champion. Sami Zayn wins the Rumble. We get Sami versus Kevin for the title. Main event, WrestleMania night 1 or 2. Sami Zayn finally wins the big one.
That'd be wild.
The fucking simplicity. The absolute simplicity of just what that does. Because again, he did it, and he did the same thing. He had to overcome Kevin Owens on numerous occasions, and it all led to him getting a massive push in this big old thing, and everybody, Sami this, Sami that, Sami. Why not? Yeah, why not have him as champ? Kevin's been champ before. Have him go with another run, you know what I mean? Even if it's world heavyweight champ. Let's go do something. I absolutely love that. I think it's something you could totally run with. Because if you're going to have Jey Uso in the main event because of how over he was winning the Royal Rumble, look how over Sami's been over the last 3-4 years himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just on par with main event Jey, if you will, if you really wanted to get technical. So I fucking love that.
Listen to the crowd. They will tell you what they want to hear.
This is so fucking true. So goddamn true. So the match is just utter brutalization. There's a "this is awesome" chant. It gets to the crazy point of where there's like this barbed wire chair. Sami wears Kevin Owens out, but he comes back from it. He ends up hitting this power bomb on the edge of the ring. Oh, that's right. No, this was after the match. Oh no, this was it. He ends up doing all that, hits another one on the apron, throws him in the ring, gets the pin. Security comes down. They attack him. They're trying to push him out, get him out of here. He goes down, tries to remove the mats to expose the concrete. Gets distracted by, of course, the returning Randy Orton, who looks, and I'm gonna say it now, and I hope he's proud of me for saying it, every fucking bit of 300 goddamn pounds. He looks every fucking bit of 300 pounds. Randy Orton came out, and he had these fucking steps where he walked out, and I was like, oh yeah, I could see his face totally looks like Randy Orton. And then I swear to God, fucking Dave Bautista's body followed him. Because Jesus Christ, this man is massive right now. Massive. I don't know what's going on, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Not only is he huge, he's cut. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Are you fucking working out with Billy Gunn? Tell me the truth. Are
There
you
was
working
a
out with Billy
shot
Gunn?
that his thighs, like, no homo, but I was looking at his thighs. I was like, how they're like a foot and a half wide, but toned as could be. Nuts. Whoa, down, Mo, down.
Hey, my bad. You know what I'm saying? My heart's still racing over here, brother. My heart's still racing. But no, in all good God honesty, we've Randy. If you think about it, the three guys that were quote unquote featured the most in this one was Punk, John Cena in the main event, and then you had Randy Orton. Guys who were, I guess you can kind of say, in their peak when we were in our 20s. And now we've surpassed those. God, it makes me feel worse saying it out loud like that. And these guys are still somehow up there. Granted, they're all on a part-time basis, but
I mean, the last two times that Orton has come back, we're talking Survivor Series 23, he was huge.
Massive.
Now he's even bigger.
I don't know how.
Like, he is just... How? Like, how? What is this dude eating?
Live cows.
He's
Just
not
fucking
human.
taking the bite of a fucking steer.
The dude is not human.
Oh, it's insanity, utter insanity. Oh God. So the
He did take his sweet ass time getting down to the ring.
he sure did. Oh boy, howdy did he ever. He took all the time and then some. Absolutely crazy. I will admit though, while I was watching the beatdown of Sami Zayn, I could literally hear JR screaming in my head, "You son of a bitch! Damn it, Kevin! You son of a bitch!" Like it would have fit perfectly for the segment, but then again, it probably would have been better for like the main of it. But regardless, all of it was excellent. We then get like 30. It feels like 30 to 40 minutes between the end of this match and the actual bell ringing for the men's elimination chamber. And yes, that includes like 15 plus minutes of entrances. And I'm not exaggerating. Good God, I'm not exaggerating. But we'll get into that main event. John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, Logan Paul. You went into this one thinking it's going to be Punk or it's going to be Cena. And there's no in between. And so you're kind of just like, all right, let's see where this goes. And so it's McIntyre and Drew and Seth Rollins starting it out. They try to go for a finish right off the bat. Goes really nowhere for about 5 minutes. Damian Priest comes in. He's in there just throwing dudes around. Hits this massive spine buster and a power bomb on Seth Rollins. Like 3-4 minutes passed. There's a fuck you Logan chant, And I guess Netflix tried to censor it, is what I'm reading on my little note here. For those who were watching this on Netflix, they tried to censor the "fuck you, Logan." So apparently one got away, and then they censored the rest of them. So for those, I guess, outside the States, they got a little censorship on this show. And hey, we didn't. We'll get into it after this fucking actual match happens. Let's see. Drew McIntyre is the first one to be eliminated. So he's mad. He's like looking at the fucking the sign like, I can't believe I lost. And so he fucking freaks out. And of course, you don't want a guy who's like 6'8" and damn near 300 pounds pissed off. He's in there killing folk. Punk comes in. Oh no, it was Cena first and then Punk. That's when it just starts to trickle down, and we kind of get a little bit of what I'm calling the mega powers. Because it was John Cena and CM Punk working together. And it was like, okay, the old heads are out here beating up dudes. They're beating up Seth. They're beating up Logan Paul, which you can beat up Logan Paul all day long. Of course, he's the one jumping off the top of the pod. Even CM Punk does a jumping off the top of the pod whole thing. And then it goes down to Punk and Cena. And Cena's like, what, puts his hand out, wants a handshake. And they end up embracing in a hug. And it's like, all right, cool, let's go to work. And they start wailing on each other. As old school as you can be. Take me back to Money in the Bank. You know what I mean? And trading off finishers. Who's going to get what? Who's going to get this? The pissed off Seth Rollins, who was eliminated by CM Punk, has an opportunity to curb stop the absolute dog shit out of Punk, who's like hanging out in the ropes, and he takes it. No hesitation. Stomps his fucking head through this goddamn canvas. Cena says, I'm not hesitating. Watch this. Goes in there, puts on the STF. Obviously, there's no response from CM Punk. The winner, John Cena, he's going on to WrestleMania to wrestle Cody Rhodes. And I was like, all right, cool. I like it. But then I'm like, putting together Cody Rhodes. I don't know. Wait a minute. And wait a minute is exactly what we got. Because, actually, before we get into it, I got to ask y'all. How did you like the Elimination Chamber? Did you give a shit that Logan Paul was in it? Was he there just to do a high spot? Talk to me. No?
Go ahead, DC.
You know, honestly, it's similar to the Women's Rumble. I would have been fine with whoever won. Really, like, you could have done a story with literally any of them. Literally any of the people. You know, you want Cody to get cheered even more. Logan Paul. People hate him.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a very punchable face.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Both him and his brother have very punchable faces. So, I mean, you could have done something literally with any of them, you know, there's a story to tell. So, you know, I was kind of shocked that we didn't get Roman. Like, I kind of thought he was going to be the one to cost Seth, you know, the spot. I thought, you know, that's how they would have, you know, started that.
Didn't even think that, but I like that.
You know, and then I thought, well, you know, maybe Punk calls in the favor from Paul Heyman. And the favor was Roman helps him win the match.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it is what it is. You know,
Yeah, no Bloodline members at all on this show.
No.
If I'm not mistaken.
no.
No?
There was one.
Don't say
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Jax.
Sami.
Okay.
No, two then. There was Lucifer.
Who?
Rock?
Oh, Uncle Dewey.
Lucifer.
Deucifer. Aha! That's a new one. I like it. I'm going to put that one in the bank. Harold, what did you think of the overall match?
You know what? I liked it. I felt it was almost as good as the women's match. Just a tad under, but had a good flow to it. First three guys in were working, bro. I was like, okay, these boys came to work. Who is it? Priest, Rollins, and
McIntyre.
McIntyre working. I was like, okay. Logan Paul comes out. It's cool. He had a few cool moves. He tried to hit the spinning fisherman because he kind of caught the tail end of it, but it still looked cool. He had a cool few cool spots. Came to get the spotlight. That's what he does. He's the Andy Kaufman, Cyndi Lauper role, and he's doing all right. I enjoy his what
Beautifully
he
put.
brings to the table. Match was fun. Predictable, I
Yeah.
think. Like you said, everybody thought it was either going to be Punk or Cena. So I was happy it was Cena.
And
That's what I
appreciate Hurricane
expected.
Rana.
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
from the
I'm sorry, Frankensteiner.
off the ropes, right?
I'll say if you're that, yeah,
Yeah,
if
we
you're
could
that big,
also.
it's a Frankensteiner. Why not? But yeah, no, yeah, it was off the top because he definitely needed the leverage. He's not getting up that high, even though with his martial arts background and all.
Oh, no.
Uh,
No.
Still thought it was great, but you're right. First three dudes went in there, worked their ass off. Overall, excellent match. Good story at the end. It leaves you for sure knowing that we're getting Punk and Rollins at Mania, and I'm actually excited for it a little bit.
I I thought they kind of planted the seeds for Punk and Logan Paul too,
Ooh, I didn't. Ooh, you know what? That one might be a little bit better.
with the right build up, media coverage, Logan Paul doing some sneaky shit. I think it could be huge, bro, for WrestleMania.
I think you're onto something, bro. I really think you're onto
Man,
something. I think that would be the
I'm
better one.
on.
Wouldn't hate it.
All
I
right,
think
so
we're getting Rollins. I think we're getting Rollins and Reigns. I think that.
That's what my boy David was saying.
I don't hate that though.
I don't want to see a triple threat there, though. I don't.
No, no triple threat.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, we'll leave that one out. To the main event segment. Cody Rhodes comes in the ring while John Cena's still there because, he wants to, oh, hey, hey, here's the champ. Holds the rope open for him, the whole whatever. That's when they're like, it's going to be you and me at WrestleMania. Yeah, typical John Cena after winning a big match and talking up his opponent. That's what he's always done forever. That's when the Rock's music hits. But then, like, Travis Scott's music in between hits, and then he comes out, and I'm like, does WWE owe Travis Scott money? Like, I don't understand why this guy's been on, like, a bunch of pay-per-views. And, like, he's getting more and more involved now. Like, I'm a little weirded out. He kind of gave me the fucking, since we're giving it the NWO vibe, he kind of gave me the David Arquette feeling. You know what I mean? Where he's just in there to be there.
You got it wrong, bro.
Oh.
He's the Dennis Rodman.
Oh, he's the Dennis
He's
Rod.
the
Oh, I
Dennis
get it now.
Rodman, bro. It looks cool when you look at it from that way.
It looks way better that way. Way better.
As long as we don't get, somebody bringing in another rapper and we don't get, like, the old Dennis Rodman, Hogan versus DDP and Karl Malone bullshit.
Nah, leave that shit out of here.
It's exactly where we're going. No, I'm just kidding. But who knows? I do like it, though. I like that way better. Way better. They come out anyway. They have this whole face-to-face. And so, for the life of me, I have not understand where The Rock is coming from. I don't want your title. I want your soul. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? And it kept getting me. And then I first initial thought when he's telling him, he's like, I don't want just your soul. I want it all. And I'm like, oh, wait, excuse me. Hold on. Whoa.
Right?
What are you trying to say next? You want his gummy hole or something? Like, take it easy, my friend. Take it easy. I know you were in prison in a movie one time, but take it easy, brother.
That's the wire.
So he's doing this whole thing. By the way, he's in this like literal soul man gimmick straight out of the 70s, where like this button down fucking rhinestone-esque shirt with the collar pop that says Rock on the back, which was the dumbest thing ever, and the fucking bell bottoms and dress shoes.
I dug it.
I couldn't. And then Travis Scott looking like, I don't know if he wanted to look like Blade or he wanted to look like Bow Wow and like Mike. I don't know. I was fucking lost, dude. But anyway, I'm shitting all over these cats. Long story short, Cody I want it all. And so The Rock thinks he's going to give up his soul to him, and he tells him, go fuck yourself, Rock. And everybody but Travis Scott and The Rock pop. Everybody's going nuts. But of course, he doesn't want to do it. John Cena goes in to dab him up, and the fucking face just turns. He's this happy-go-lucky guy, and it goes straight-faced, and you're like, it's actually gonna happen. Rock gives the signal, and he beats the absolute fuck out of fucking poor Cody Rhodes. He beats Cody Rhodes something fierce. Punching him in the face with his own Rolex twice. Hits him with the fucking anything and everything. Beats him with a belt. Busted him open. He's busted it open. He's hitting him some more. He's beating on him some more. It was...
ripping off his shirt.
Where has this John Cena been? Who the fuck is this? Because this ain't no John Cena. I'm even trying to think of Dr. Thugonomics. Was he a badass like this? No. Who the fuck is this? So I'm just on another level of giddy and shocked and odd, and I wrote in the Discord, I had no idea this was coming, but I am fully erect. Because this was just, like I said, it made you feel like a kid again. It gave you that exciting feel that you don't know what is going to happen next. What does this mean? What the fuck's going on? I don't know what to do, how to feel, what to say. You kind of wish you had school on Monday to go talk to your friends about it the next day.
Yeah. It's like, no way.
You know, it gave... And I know, Harold, Mo, I don't know if you've seen the movie, Harold. Like, if you haven't, I'm going to be very, very sad. The movie Tombstone.
Yes.
There's a scene where Johnny Ringo says, I want your blood, and I want your soul, and I want them both right now. That's the vibe I was getting from this. It was like basically saying, I want it all. Like, I want it. And like we said before he got on here, you wanted Cena to turn heel, but you're like, no.
No, I can't do it.
They would. With the Make-A-Wish stuff, like, I don't know, like, I wish I could be a fly on the wall in Greenwich, Connecticut. There's an old man who's just said, I would never have done this. I would have never. I just wish I could see his reaction.
But again, if we could be that guy, when you would never, with Hulk Hogan, look what happened. And when you would never, with John Cena, look at the reaction. Look at the reaction.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time something like this happened in wrestling, where it was a literal, like, no fucking way am I seeing this. Like, when it was about to happen, like you said, like, everybody in the back of their mind has that little thing that's like, that would be so fucking cool if Cena turned heel. But we all knew cards were off the table.
Right.
That's not happening.
It's Big John.
And we'd accept it.
Exactly. It was okay. I think I found something that's similar now.
Okay.
When Styles showed up in the Rumble.
Yep.
Nobody thought that was going to happen, ever.
Wow.
He almost felt like the twilight of his career, it felt like. Like, okay, he's never going to WWE. All of a sudden, he showed up. I kind of feel like it's on that level. That's the last thing I think that was on par, even close.
I think you're spot on. I really do. I don't think we've had another moment anywhere near as recent as that one, for sure.
As far as turns, though, like, that's...
Yeah,
haven't seen that since Bass at the Beach, 1996.
Yeah, because the Cena's level, like, other than Hogan and after The Rock and everything, the Attitude Era, the only other person you could say, other until Roman recently, was Cena. That was the face of wrestling. Mm-hmm. Like you said, it's just Hogan all over again. So for him to turn, fucking massive.
Absolutely massive. And that's why we had to jump on and get this thing handled and dealt with ASAP. 2 thumbs up on this show. We've got 6 weeks to WrestleMania, and it's already looking so fun. So fun. Not only that, but we got this one handled now, and we will be back next week for AEW Revolution, which has implications of literally turning the company upside down in a way. You're really going to get ready to figure it out? Are we going to go to the land of the cope and the hope and all that other stuff? Or does the Moxie Murder Crew still run through? I don't know. We'll figure that out next week. But for right now, we hope you enjoyed this one. We really, really do. If you did, smash that subscribe button right here on Max Wrestling. Because next week, TSK has their own channel. So, but before we get to that one, let the boys do their thing. Harold, you did all kinds of fun drops over the last couple of weeks. There was the Hodats episode, which is literally a household favorite now. You did a literal taco crawl, which makes me want to take you on another one. So hopefully we can have something happening with that one. But what else do you got coming down the pipeline?
So, like Mo was just saying, we just hit some places in Old Town San Diego. We still got one more Old Town themed episode coming out, and that's more on the shopping area of Old Town, the tourist area, nice little place for families to come and have a good day, get some good grub. Check that out. That's be coming next week, I believe. We also just filmed an episode at a Cuban restaurant that has risen from the ashes here in the Los Angeles area. So check us out. We are the Two Sweet Click Adventures on YouTube and Instagram.
That's right. Links will be down in the description, obviously. DC, what's going on? I know you and Mike Larkin have been doing a lot. I know that I just want to say, are you on for tomorrow with Mike? And I guess me as well, doing the Lucha Underground?
The
hands are up in the air, so we don't know.
We'll see what happens. We just recorded, I think maybe last week, we did our show on Cage, where we were joined by Robert Davis, where we discussed the importance of a good quality entrance theme.
Oh, the fucking importance is massive with the entrance theme. So no, I dig that one.
We're looking at you, Death Rebel.
Right at you, dead in the face. Get your shit together. All right, anything else coming from you, D?
Recording tomorrow.
Okay.
So doing that. I'll also be recording again next week, because next week is the early release drop for WWE 2K25.
Oh, let's go, video games.
It's Real Glass.
Real Glass. Smoke it up.
Cry me a river. Hey, yo, whoa. Take it easy. Take it
Get
easy.
you on cops, bro.
Jesus. Take me back to the 90s for real. Lord have mercy. All right, well, we got to pay some nostalgia, and in more ways than one, I should say. So catch us next week as we do AEW Revolution. Rob will be back in the house, and God only knows who will join us for that one, because it's going to be good. So, to sweet me out there, this is a special one for Rob. Again, congratulations on graduating college. We're right behind you, big dog. And we will catch y'all next week for some AEW action. Still can't believe it. Let's go!
Video now, guys.